So, dear Thai, dear Sangha, dear young people, thank you for coming to the Q&A session. And the children will have, about 20 minutes question and answer, and then the teen, and then the young adult, and also adult. And the way we do is you will come up here, you sit there, and you put a question to us, to the Sangha, and then we'll respond to you. And before you doing that, you listen to one sound of the bell in order for you to be very calm and clear your mind, and then you ask a question. Please ask a very easy question. Yeah, practical and easy, what in your heart, and you put the question to us. Don't ask a very difficult question like, what is nirvana? We don't know what to say that. It's too complicated. And the question that is concern you the most, about your life, about your happiness, your suffering, your difficulty in your family, with your parents and your friends and your school. So question like that help many people, make a call to many people, and also we try to share from our personal experience. And you don't need to ask question like, so dear monks and nuns, what kind of shampoo you use, You don't need to ask question like that, because it doesn't have any meaning at all. Yeah. You can ask why you cut your hair, but don't say, why don't you, put on your, makeup, or why do you cut your hair and all that. It doesn't necessary. Ask real question, deep, real, but easy. And you come up there, after we start to begin one sound of the bell, and to really feel the calm. So actually, question and answer is a practice. It's not, a play of intellectual level. It's from the heart, from very deep call from the heart. And in there you also have the insight. So a question is also an insight by itself. And it will help many young people also. And sometimes you just put a question, and the answer will come spontaneously from the inside, from your heart. So thank you very much for coming together, this beautiful retreat. We never have a retreat there are so many young people, children, teenagers, and young adult. So please, we'll be in one sound of the bell, and after one sound of the bell, if any one of you, the young people, the children, you have a question, please slowly come to the seat and take your seat and enjoy being there. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Are you ready? Please come. Don't wait. If you have a question, come up right away.
How can I be grateful for something without feeling bad for other people?
I don't know if I understand your question correctly, but could you be a little more detailed as when you say feeling bad for other people, what does that mean?
Like, I can be grateful for something, and then I think of other people who don't always have that thing, and then I'll feel bad.
So, am I understanding correctly? You want to be able to feel grateful, but don't pity people. Okay. Okay, I'll give it a try. To be grateful is to, for me, it shows that we are appreciating the fact that we have something, or that we are aware of something that's wholesome, that's helpful for us. And there's a fine line, I guess, between pitying and compassion, to know that someone else may have whatever they have, but they might not be aware of it. They might not be aware that they have it, and so they don't appreciate it as much. So instead of dwelling on the fact that they don't appreciate it, maybe using that energy and that time to figure out how you can help them be more aware that they have what they have. On the other hand, there's also people who don't have what they need or don't have what we have. And again, instead of dwelling on the not, the more difficult part, try to look and see how can we help, how can you yourself help to share more, so that those who don't have what they need, that you can share what you can't share, or provide a little bit more of what they do need. Then it might be a little bit of pity, just maybe a second or two, but then quickly it comes to something that you can actually do about. I hope that helps.
Thank you. Next question, please.
Before we get a question, could someone close that door for me? And if you need to open the second or third one down, I feel a draft.
My question is, what ways can I do to help myself from being so distracted when I'm studying?
Ways to help myself from distraction when I'm studying. Thầy có cái này không?
Dear respected Thầy, dear brother, sister, dear community, I try my best. This very deep question, that's not just for the children, for the adult also. I remember our teacher told us that be mindful. Mindful not just follow you in breath and out breath only. Mindful is just be with things where you are. And being thing every adult, being myself too, from time to time we carry away what up here intellectually, or we worry about the future, we regret what we do in the past. The thing like you come to the children program, the sister shared that we can go back to follow our in-breath and out-breath, not just when you be in the Deer Park Monastery, but whenever you are remember, go back to take your in-breath and out-breath, to remember that when you study, just do study. And whatever come up the mind, say, that's right now, I am read a book and just focus on the book. Do one thing as you are. Like when you watching the dishes, help the mother or help the family, you just watching that this, you don't thinking, oh, I'm hurry and do this and I do something else. That's how the monastic, the brother and sister, we do something, one thing at a time. We watching clothes, or we walk from our quarter to the dining hall. We just walk. We don't worry when we get there, or when we do the next thing. We just walk, feel the walking. You like walking meditation? Try that, and try to remember walking, and go back to your in-breath, out-breath, every step you make. And be aware that you study, just study. And if the friend learns something, and just put that plan later, after studying, we do something. Is that good? Or that answer your question? Thank you.
Just sit there. We would like to share a little bit more. The most distraction thing nowadays is the internet and the TVs. Do you agree with me? So this takes a lot of time from us, not only for children, but for everyone. So in order to, to be intelligent of how to take care of your own life, especially school, we need to have a policy using the internet and TV, especially the gadgets. It should be turned off, not on all the time. Not like always online, because it will bothering us a lot. People send you a message, people chit chat all the time, and you're always on the internet for nonsense stuff like news, music, online game. Here, many people play online games, right? Can I see your hand? That take a lot of times. It's really distraction from your school, from your mind. And when you become addicted, you cannot stop. So you need to make a policy with your mom and your dad on this, using the gadget. The time to turn on, but the rest of the day should turn on. And lock it, because it's like a addiction, So don't keep in your pocket, in your hand all the time. It should be locked. And when it's time for you to use it, you can open, the locket and use it. But not all day long. I think that's very distraction. And the suggestion, we need to live our life. We should not be always online and playing game and listening to the music. These things are very distractive, and it's actually obsess our mind. And when it's too much, you cannot study. So I like to share this honestly. This thing actually bothering to many young people, make you sick, make you really down, make you really busy in your mind. And sometimes it go into the dream, if you do too much. In the dream, it has a lot of these symbols from the internet. So please, come back to your family, your parents, and discuss a policy how to use it. Maybe 1 hour a day. Is that good enough for you to play? And then, to enjoy some of the entertainment, but not all day long. So that's what I would like to share. In Plum, we limit the time of using internet Each monk have 1 hour a day, because the monk also need to contact, friend, Dharma brother, Dharma sister, family, so they have 1 hour a day. And they only have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, because Thursday, Sunday, no internet. Thursday, Sunday is the mindfulness days, so there's no internet. So we need to be intelligent. We need to be commitment, strong, in order to stay away from this very addictive thing. Sometimes like drugs, taking drugs for young people. Internet is like drugs. Thank you very much. And I don't know who else would like to share about this.
Does she have a question? Okay.
Okay,
We'll take
so
one more
next question, please.
We'll take one more question before we go to the tweens and then the teens. Please get ready.
Sit over there. Listen to the bell.
Listen to the one bell first.
Me have a question.
Well, can you say it again? What's your question?
Would you like me to ask for you? Would you like me to ask for you?
You say you.
Our friend here, Autumn, was crying earlier just when we listened to the bell, and when we asked her what was happening. Would you like me to share for you, or would you like to say what?
It's best for her to
Yes,
say.
please.
Me have a best dream.
She had a bad dream.
Bad dream.
We'll try to help.
He will share for you, with you. About bad dream.
This is very, very difficult question. Thank you for the question. Sometimes I have the nightmare too, because during the day that we so much thinking, so much worry, and maybe we run around and we play a lot, and then at night time our mind is still working, and some memories from the past will come up and also make us have a nightmare and make us very scary. So my suggestion is, okay, can you hear? Better that you can listen from your mom or your dad, to be motivation in playing or study, or like so active, You can be very happy to do things, but sometimes we play too much, and also sometimes that we worry too much. So we have the practice of total relaxation. I don't know that everyone here, you join the total relaxation. So this one, I think the mom can help the children, can practice total relaxation together. You can hold baby's hand, the children's hands, to practice deep relaxation together. You can put the hand in the belly and you can feel breathing in, the belly rising, breathing out is falling. So the mom and the children will practice together. So it release the worries, release tension. Then, you will have a good dream. Maybe you can have beautiful dream later on. But I hope that you can do so. Even me, I'm still practicing. So I don't know that my answers will be help you. Thank you.
Do you watch movie? Do you play online game? You play game, right? And maybe the game, it make you have bad dream. Because during the day you play, at night become a bad, killing and scary dream. So stop playing game, you stop bad dream. Easy. Do you agree with me? You play game during the day, then the night you have bad dream. That's very normal. You don't want to have bad dream? Stop playing online game. Yeah, be with the dog, be with the cat, go out in the garden, look at the flower. You have good dream. And remember, always say that Buddha bless me, so I don't have to afraid of bad thing. Buddha bless me. Mommy love me. Daddy love me. You see? So if you think like that all the time and stop playing online game, especially killing, something very nasty, then you don't have bad dream. No way. Be with the garden. Don't stay inside with this, Stop watching movie. Bad movies, scary movie. If I watch movie, I also have bad dream. When the mind of the monk is so clear, if I watch very negative thing, it affects me right away at night. So you the same thing. Especially when you are young, in touch with beautiful thing in life. Flower, play with the dog, play with the cat, they are beautiful spirit. You see? Be with mommy, loving, hugging. You'll be okay. And remember, Buddha blessed you. Okay? You always say, may the Buddha bless me, protect me from bad dream, and you'll be okay. Thank you very much. I add a little bit more for you. Okay?
So do we have any tweens for a question? Please come up. Yeah, feel free to sit behind her if you have other questions to wait. Okay, we'll have one sound the bell.
When somebody is talking bad about women or girls, how do I have compassion for them?
I'm glad that you touch right on the main factor that helps is to have compassion and to be able to have helpful compassion is to be able to understand where they're coming from. Understanding the background, possibly, if they're people you know, maybe their background, their parents, the culture they lived in, or the city and the country, or even the time frame that they live in. They may not be given the chance to understand more about equality or giving equal opportunity for everyone, everyone being human and not by gender. So try to cultivate that and see if you can understand it for yourself. And when you understand more of that, then you can find ways to help them understand better. I hope that helps. So do we have... Do we have any more tweens? Yeah, come on up.
So after one member share, you sit there in case someone want to share a little bit more. So don't stand up and walk back to the floor right away. Wait a little bit, and even though you feel satisfied, but just sit there and wait.
How do I stop living in the past?
The question is, how does she stop living in the past?
Yeah, thank you for your question. I think this is, you ask a question for yourself, but also help a lot of people. Because many people, we are also live in the past. In the Sutra, discourse on the knowing the better way to live alone, the Buddha taught the past already gone, and the future had not yet come. We have to live deeply in the present moment. So in this teaching, that we know very well that the past already gone, then this cannot going back. And the future is not yet come. And only the moment that we can do is present moment. For example, like now we worry about the past. So what you can do for the past? For sure we cannot change the past. But it can be a prison to trap you. And you always worry about that. And the Buddha share, look around, see around. We have many, many things beautiful there. It's offered to you. And then when you're really present for that, and you feel very happy because everything offered to you, then you have to offer yourself to that thing. For example, like what you eat, so the food present there for you. Then you have to present for the food. Or you see the flower. The flower present there for you, and you also have to be present there back for the flower. Otherwise, many things very beautiful there, but you didn't see. So you lost a lot of moment in your life. So now you're still young. But if still like worry about the past already gone, then you are not really in touch with the wonders of life in the present moment. And then the future you also worry about in the past again and again. So I hope that through this family retreat that you can learn something more, and you see the brothers and sisters teaching you how to enjoy the life, how to enjoy yourself, and you can be aware of the parents, your mom and dad, your brother, sister around. They're still there with you. So we have to be happy. Why we have to worry? Because we worry we cannot do anything. So in family, we also hope that the parents can support the children. So we all practice together. And sometimes that you see your parent is not really enjoy the present moment, you can invite them to enjoy the present moment. Mom, dad, come back, your mindful breathing, mindful walking. So I hope that my answer will help you. Yeah, thank you.
No, but the past is good. The question is the memory in the past a good memory or the bad memory?
No, they're really good memories. I seem to come back to like the times when I would play with my friends, but now they're all older and they don't seem to be interested in the things that I'm interested in. So I just seem to go back to the old memories that I used to have with them.
Dear respected Thai, dear brother and sister, dear community, the question I ask because usually we link to the past with good memory, and that good memory only happened once. The present, I like the word present because present could be now, could be the gift, right? Present could be to meaning to give and now, here and now. So that if you, the past, you already live good memory, you have good time with your friend, but now they grow up, each of us grow different way. Like our monastery, we have 30, no, all the brothers and sisters 40 something, but from time to time we would switch the place. You could come in here, see the sister or the brother today, but maybe next year would be you see different brother and sister. So then the best way is when you remember past, that good memory, keep it, but then go back to present moment. Allow the wonderful happen at present moment. You can able to enjoy your family, your brother, your sister, your parents, because someday they will getting old. That the Buddha invites us to contemplate impermanence. The past is gone, that's impermanent. If you don't live the present moment mindfully, you will miss it tomorrow, right? The present right now, like this moment, tomorrow would be not the same like this. Tomorrow will be different program, different thing to do. So you follow your in-breath and out-breath, enjoy present moment. Enjoy all the your friends around here in the group of teenagers. And then you live the moment mindfully. And when you say goodbye on Sunday, you don't miss anything. I live a fully present with the present moment. Now we say goodbye, but we will come back, we see on the holiday retreat, or teen camp next year, or family next year. Or you can email, you can chat with them, you can call them. Like right now, just accept the way that, my friend have changed. I can go back a couple years, even if you want to, because their mind not like that anymore. So just live in present moment, and make this present moment memorable. Love all your heart, live all your heart, with the ones surrounding you, and tomorrow, whatever happens, you will not regret it. That good? Thank you for a good question.
Actually, your question is very intelligent because you put the word, how can I stop living in the past? So the question is to make how to do it, you see. Even the past is very sweet memory, but still the past. And usually it's the memories, and it's in the head. So to get out of that, even sweet memory, is not life. So go to the present moment, you just feel it, you know. In the present moment, you only feel it. Mindfulness is to be, you know, to be alive, to feel, to be in touch with life. And the more you live in the present moment, more you know how to feel your friends, how to feel the sunshine, the warmth on your face of the sunshine. You bring more sweet memories. Actually, what you live in the moment will become a good sweet memory of the, and become the past. So you don't need to go back there, you know, and get thinking about the past all the time. Even good memory, sweet experience with friends, with life. Because the present moment will make more sweet memories. So stay in the present moment, be in touch with life is the best way, you know, to change the past, to make the past more beautiful. Actually, we cannot detach from the past. The past is actually our experience, our memories. Whether it's sweet or bitterness, it depends on how we live our present moment. So learn how to eat, learn how to drink, learn how to look, learn how to listen in the present moment, actually to make a beautiful memories of our life. And they are actually become part of our life. So the past, you know, it's a stream of life to the present moment. And sometimes we don't know how to live, so we make a lot of suffering, painful feeling, and it's still, you know, innate in our body, in our mind. So stay in the present moment is the best way to invest our life and to change the past. And the future will be okay. If you learn how to live in the present moment, actually that is the best way to prepare for the future. Usually our mind get lost in the past a lot. Or our mind worry, uncertainty about the future, and we lost, you know, the opportunity to change for the best. So, just like Thầy Pháp Chứng say, be in touch with the flower in a moment. That's the best way to invest with future and also to change, you know, the memory of the past. Be in touch with friends in this retreat. That's the best way to invest for good future and also to change the past. Good memory, sweet, you know, experience with friends, that is also to change the past. So you don't need to go back to the past and, you know, bring back memory, because you can make memories. You can make sweet memory, sweet experience with friends and life and family and community. So you can do it. Like eating a meal, for somebody it's nothing, but for us, it's a sweet memory. Eating a meal, you know, you taste the food good, you have a lot of gratitude, and you also see your friends. You are present for your friends. You just eat food with a friend, and it's already produced a sweet memory. And this will go to the past, and will stay there and become part of your life. And it's always there, and sometimes it comes back. And nothing's wrong with that. Nothing wrong of going back from time to time, the past, you know, go back to the present. So don't worry about it, the past. Worry that, are you going the wrong direction? You know, you live your life with a lot of suffering, a lot of painful feeling. Because why? Because we don't know how to cultivate, you know, our life, our mindfulness. Mindfulness is to be aware of what's going on. Be aware of life and to take care of the capacity to go into suffering, in suffering zone. Like stay in the present moment, but only complaining, arguing, talking about nonsense stuff, fighting, making people around you suffer, that actually will make a very bad memory. It will go really deep into the past and it creates a lot of zone of suffering. So stay in the present moment, be mindful, be open-hearted, be loving. I think that's the best. Thank you. And I hope the sister can add a little bit more.
Yeah, this is such a great question. I'll just add my 2 cents. Don't make your memory into a regret, like you're regretting and feeling sad that you no longer be able to connect with your friends as you were at that time. But make it wherever you think of them to give you strength, to know that you had good friends, and to look into those situations as to what are the characters that make good friends for you, so that you can look for good friends and new friends, characters in new friends, so that those memory become like a building block for you to make new friends, and you can learn from those memories. So, and I know we're keeping the young people a little too long. Maybe the teens now can have their questions, and then you can leave. Thank you.
One sound of the bell, and then we would like to invite, Okay.
So teens, any teens?
Any more teen? One more? The last question for teen.
Okay, the children would like to go out first, so they don't fidget. So a small sound of bell for you to stand up. And then turn around.
All the children, please stand up.
Children, turn around and you can bow to your parents and your friends. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Have a good day.
And thank you for beautiful questions. The children make very beautiful questions.
And if children still have questions, you can tell your parents and they'll ask them for you. Are teens here, or you're separate somewhere else?
Actually,
they're up there.
teens,
Okay.
they have their own.
Well, adults' time. So we have 3 rows of empty seats. Feel free to move up if there's an empty seat in front of you. And if you want, you can even move the chairs up.
So I would like to ask the Sangha to move up a little bit. And then we'll listen to one sound of the bell, and it's time for the adult, the young adult and the adult to begin having questions with us.
So now the easy questions, right?
Bring this so that we can see you. So please come if you have a question.
And if you do have other questions, other people, please start lining up so we can just go up to the chair when the next person's done. We'll have one sound the bell first.
So my question, so I've been practicing mindfulness and meditation for the last few years, and really, I have 2 children. So really working to bring the practice into my family. So let's see. So recognizing, kind of just reflecting on like my past, experiencing more, not physical harm, but a lot of emotional harm and emotional abuse, both in my family and with my former partner. And trying to make sure I don't replicate that with my children. So I think this practice is really helpful, right? To help, so that I don't do that. But I think what I have to practice too is letting go of control, because I can't necessarily control how other people interact with my children. And so we have people in our lives that lack self-awareness, lack a practice that doesn't cause harm, emotional harm, and then continues to perpetuate, like it's almost a cycle, right? Their habit energy, like it's a cycle. They can't help themselves almost to do these things, which I know can be harmful, even though it's subtle. And I can't do anything about it. Like I can't, because these are people in our lives that will be in our lives forever. But I know it's not healthy. So I feel like for me, how do I not let that eat away at me?
Chưa rõ. Câu hỏi nó chưa rõ.
So I'll try to paraphrase because it's hard to hear the questions up here. So what I understand from your sharing is that based on your background, there are things that you don't want to transmit, unwholesome things you don't want to transmit to your children. How old are your children, by the way?
9 and 12.
Okay. But there are people in your life, probably family members or friends, that you can't avoid interacting with them, and of course your children, who may have tendencies that would transmit things like that to your children. And you're wondering how to release control or not be too controlling, but still be able to protect them in some way. I'll start with my input, and the brother and sister will add in. The reason why I asked for the age of your children is I believe kids these days between 9 and 12, they're exposed enough to a lot of things. Maybe 10 years ago or even 20 years ago, they're probably more naive and not too exposed so much. But now 9-year-olds may have seen even more things or heard of things more than I have. So I would put it more like a family discussion whenever you have a chance, after they have an interaction or even before you have an interaction with these people, so that your children themselves become part of the they're more aware so that they can protect themselves. One of the things that as parents, or even as mentor in any mentoring role, is that we need to remember that we can only guide. We cannot really live the life of the people we want to protect. And the best way is to be able to provide as much resources and as much information and all the tools and resources for that person to be able to make their decisions themselves and protect themselves. So in that way, you gain help with your children being more aware of what they're bringing into their own mind, their psyche, and their emotional environment. And when they do that, then they can say, no, I don't want to interact as much with that person, or they can just briefly be in that environment and then go out and play somewhere else. So it takes away your part of having to control and feel like you're controlling them, but they making the decisions. And again, it's you're guiding them, giving them the information and helping them making the decisions on their own. So we'll start with that.
I think the people who influence the children the most is the parent, it's ourselves. And that's why, in order to protect them from being influenced, by negative, energy, we have to take care of ourselves. The children actually affected by the parent more than anyone else. So that's why to be a mom or a dad, we need to take care of ourselves in order to be able to love and protect our children. We have to be aware of our energy. Even we love our children, but it doesn't mean that we can protect them. Sometimes our energy is too much protection, too much controlling, and actually this energy makes the children suffer more. So to be mindful is to be present, but present in a way that the children feel love. The children feel a kind of space, like the children are swimming in the, fresh water pool instead of being overprotection, controlling. So they feel the energy from mom and daddy. And of course, when you bring the children to an environment where your friends, family member, actually the children know how to protect themselves if they have a happy, healthy life. So to be clear, to be mindful means to be mindful about our energy, our thoughts, our emotion. Sometimes we are too emotional as mom and dad. And we want to love, but we cannot love. You see that? So to be mindful about our emotion, about our mind, our tendency, our habit energy of, of controlling, over worry, over control. And give them space. Children are like puppy. They like to run around. Puppy like to run. Children need space, to grow. So mom and dad, so not to put your eyes too much on the children because they will be sick. Loving present, mindful present is very, very good feeling. It's not like, it's not like suppression or, So a monk or nun who take care of the children program, they also doing like that. They are being with the children with open, heart, open energy, open mind. They not try to control because children doesn't like that. Maybe at home they all have too much controlling already. So they come here, they need space. And sometimes children help the other children. So we should allow the children to have a socializing time with other children. They're helping each other a lot more than adults. So bring them to this retreat. It's very healthy, environment. They are more happy here Because why? Because they can spend time with other children, where they feel more, more kind of like socializing themselves. They feel safe to share, to play, to be with. Sometimes they fight, that's okay, That's how the children are. For me, I would like to share that parents actually influence the children more than anyone else. And sometimes we need to take care of ourselves. We think that we have to take care of the children. Actually, we need to take care of ourselves. We project too much on our children, emotionally and mentally. We project too much over women. That's why sometimes you take your children to psychotherapists. Actually, they don't work with the children only, they work with the parent. Because the symptom of sickness on the child, it depends on the mother and the daddy. So bring them to the monastery is the best way for healing for the children. Because they feel safe. They have time for themselves. They have their own program. They have the friends to share, to play, to laugh, to run. And they have sister and brother who are not controlling them. That's why they love monks and nuns, because we don't control children. We don't try to, make them practice. They learn from each other. We do our practice and the children follow us. So that's how we try to share the practice with the children. And that's why we want to help the children to in touch with good energy, not just, by names, by idea, by, rule and all that. You don't see us make rules here. But the children actually love it, love the way that the monastery run the retreat. We have schedule, but we don't make rules for the children and the teenager. Actually, the teenager, they need space from parent. The children, actually, they need space from the parent. So don't love too much. Over-loving is also a very suppression for the children. They need to be themselves. They need to make mistake. They need to, to see who they are. They don't want to be only an image of a parent. Because sometimes our lives are not the best. So the children doesn't want to follow our life. We have too much suffering. We break up many times. We don't connect with our family background. So the children can feel it. And they know that they don't want to follow our role. They need space from themselves. Loving, but space. Loving, but self-control. Not control others, but self-control. Sometimes quietness, sometimes just smiling is good enough. Just to be is good enough. You don't need to say anything. You don't need to correct them too much. Sometimes you correct them too much, they become sick. They suppress and they get sick. And then one day they react, overwhelming with strong energy. So I like to share this. I think you are like psychotherapists, especially in the children area, you can discuss about this, that we need to take care of ourselves as adult, as a mom and dad. If not, then we always project this negative energy of suffering that we went through life to our children. Even we want to love them so much. So to be mindful means to be going back and take care of ourselves. Instead of try to take care of the other, we need to take care of ourselves first. Actually, children themselves, they are very healthy human beings. But because we don't know how to practice, we make them sick day by day. We think we love them, we help them. Actually, we do the opposite way. So I like to share with you, but not only you, with all father and mother. I was also very upset at my mom because she over worry, overprotection, and I get very upset to the point that I run away from her to become a monk. And when I became a monk, I have more space, and actually I heal the past. I heal the suffering with my mom. She loved me a lot, but she also made me suffer a lot of her controlling and her anxiety, her worry. Actually, she transmits those to me also. Because mommy didn't know that. She thought she loved me, but actually she has so much anxiety, worry, and she transmitted it. She made me so suppressed, so no space to live. To the point that at the age of 25, I ran away from her and become a monk. And I have space to live to my life in a community where everybody doing the same thing, practicing together. So don't try to make your son or daughter like me, and one day they run away from you. Just like I ran away from my mom. And I need to run away in order to heal myself, to be able to love my mom again. Because I know that she loved me, but she doesn't know how to love. She's controlling me. I have no space. And I don't want to make her suffer. That's why running away, find my own life, my own path, is the way, to love her. Thank you very much. Maybe the brothers.
I think the Thầy Pháp đang already shares more than enough. I just add a little bit what I see, and actually I know that the parents, we always love the children, and what we transmit to the children is our love, and we wish how they live beautifully, happily in the future. So my point is, for example, like your children, they fall down to the water. So you cannot be always stand there and watch and then save them. But you have to teach them how to swim. That is the main point. Because we never live for a long life with them, forever with them. So life is up and down, but we teach them how to live peacefully, how to live happily. That's more important. But for sure that we worry, but sometimes we worry too much about us. Brother just share. Yesterday we went to hiking, go to the Escondido Rock. And I just sit there and I observe some mothers really care for the children. Don't ask them, no, you stay there, don't go anyway. Here is the mountain. So worry a lot, and it seems like, the children, they have no space. Sometimes they need to fall to know what is life. They experience themselves. And I heard the story, two ladies, they share about a man. He's 30 years old, and he's worried, he's regret about the past because he's killed his mom when he was 13. Ask them why you killed your mom, and he said, because she talked too much. She talked to me too much. And then the ladies, one of them, they say, we have to learn from this lesson, our responsibility. Maybe we look back, we take care of ourselves, because we are the one who live in the family. We are the most important teacher for the school life of the children. And we transmit our spirit of happiness, living for the children. We don't give them the money. We don't give them all the things. We just give them the lesson how to swim in the pond. So thank you for your listening.
respected thầy, dear brother, dear sister, dear community. Being a mom, I am a mom too, also a nun but a mom. I kind of worry a lot. And when you worry, you want to control things around you because of worry. So to be practitioner, we need to let them go. The thing is, you are aware that you worry, and you try to control, like you asked, you share that you like control things, but aware that we can control things, but we can suggest to our children. Like my friend, they always bring their children come to their park, or they have their community, their sangha. I don't know if you have your sangha at home. So they once a month they meet each other and they bring the children to their own. So they have the children program, just like one in the deer park right now. So the children play with the children, and being a parent, like Thầy shared, we the mother and the father is their first teacher. Then the teacher at school is the secondary. So we have to practice at home. Being aware that love and peace with each other, and being aware that the children are still the children. So we can win the practice. We want them to practice mindfulness because that in the future will help them. Because the work is uncertainty and a lot of stress right now, and we want them to give them the tool in the future to. Right now, they practice with their friends, and when they're in the future, if they're stressed, they go back to their in-breath and out-breath and looking around. And being mindful, we learn how to let it go and looking around and see if we want to control them, they would run away. That's Thầy Pháp Đăng share that we learn how to integrate them with the practice, bring them to the next retreat, the holiday retreat, and try to bring the practice with them, try to go to see the Sangha with around where you live, so bring them to the practice, because the practice is help for us and for young children also. And you ask many parents, I see they come here when the children were like that, and now they come into beautiful girl or young man, and they come for the teen camp retreat, and pretty soon they will go to the adult retreat. So that I add a little bit more like that, so then go back and follow your in-breath, out-breath, recognition that, I want to control, or I'm worried about this, about that. The only thing we can go back to with love and heart, and mindfully, and letting go all the worry, because the future not yet come. We do the best at present moment with our loved one, and everything is there on the way. So I just add a little bit more only. Thank you for asking.
Thank you. You're lucky for people share for you. Next question, please.
Hopefully it's not too hard because it's 12:20 already.
Well, I hope it's an easy question. I just want to ask, in the process of parenting, trying to do the best, or what at least I think is the best, I'm trying to raise my children in such a way that they can stay in the present moment. And as you shared before, there are so many distractions. So the question is how to parent in a way that they know that we're trying to do it so that they're happy and not that they are the weird kids or the rare kids, different kids. Because when I try to put limits, then what they do is they say, but mom, that kid can play for 4 hours. But mom, everybody's different, right? So how to raise our children so that they don't feel that they're weird or that we are the weird parents.
You're asking monastics here. We're the weird ones, right?
I think if they're happy, they will not ask the question, why are we doing this? We look weird. If they're happy, really happy. And especially if they see mommy are doing the same thing and daddy doing the same thing. So a good parenting is a mindful parent. They live their life in mindfulness, where they in touch with the wonders of life. They in touch with the good energy of peace, energy of serenity, energy of solidity, where they also in touch with the wonders of life. They appreciate the meal. They know how to be together. And children will learn that. And they will not when they're happy, they will not hesitate to be different, to be a little bit weird. Because most people in the society now, they suffer deeply. Children are adult. So to be a little bit different, even they call you weird, it's okay. Because you're a happy species. You're happy, people on earth. And you can explain to the children like that, And they learn is not by the way you teach. They learn how you live your life. So good parenting is a mom and daddy really practicing mindfulness. You are like Buddha mother, Buddha father, and they can feel you from your energy. And actually mindfulness is the Buddha nature in every one of us. Like, the Holy Spirit in every one of us. And when this energy becomes real, children feel love. Children will be happy around you. And they will be not afraid of being called weird or you are this and that. It doesn't matter. They're happy. They will go into society without being afraid of being, called stereotype or called whatever name. I remember one of my Dharma share group parents say her daughter really tell everyone that I'm the Buddhist. And she also share her culture as Buddhist is compassion, loving kindness, peace, and friendliness. Can you believe it? Friendliness, compassion, loving kindness, peace, and friendliness. And she said, this is my Buddhist culture. I learned it from Deer Park. She shared with everyone in her school, in her class. So being happy is the best way, to be. And no matter what people call you, how they look at you, how stereotyped they are on you, you'll be okay. Even the children will be okay. Actually, they're proud to be different if they're happy. And especially they know mommy and daddy also happy, doing the same thing. So a happy family will take the children into a good direction in life. And they will proud to work in society with this good energy in them. And actually, they will influence back to the other kids. If they're really, happy, strong, clear in their mind, having compassionate heart, having really solid, and peaceful mind, they actually become a very special species on earth. And they don't need to be, play like everyone else, play online game or watching movie just like every friend of them, because they know what is real happiness is. And they learn it not because from the book, they learn it from mom and dad. Mom and dad do it, and they do it together as a family. So what I'm trying to say here, a little bit too much, but actually the energy that matter, the energy in the children it matter than what people call you, how they call. I used to be very afraid about what people call me and think about me. But when I in touch with the energy, I'm okay. I'm happy with whatever people call me or think about me, have perception about me. Children will do the same thing. Thank you. Maybe sister and brother will.
I'd like to just add a little bit, it doesn't need to be focused on being different, but just seeing it being unique or being creative and going that direction. And also, I was just making fun that we're monastics here, but I remember Tay was saying that our practice here in the monastery is like a laboratory. We try out different practices and we share our experiences with those practices. But when you receive them, like when we share in this retreats or the retreats that we hold, it's for you to bring the essence of the practice, not necessarily the same form, because it won't fit. So you need to be creative in bringing that form. That's why we're saying there's walking meditation, but it could be translated to jogging meditation, skiing meditation, bike riding meditation, anything that fits better to your lifestyle. And so it's still the essence, though, of being mindful of the movement of whatever sport you may be doing. And okay, there was one more, but it fled away. But that's it. Thank you. So we have 5 more minutes. Thank you.
Maybe I just share more. I share in my Dhamma sharing group that you all come to this retreat. You're so smart because you know how to bring your children and the family members here come and practice together. So this is the way of to be together as a family. And then later on that, the children, they will learn the way. They will, sometime in their life, they'll have some difficulties. They will remember at the moment that when they slow down and they will feel peaceful. In the family, that for sure that sometimes we have the argument. That is all family. I don't know that is any family here with no argument each other. Because I remember when I was a kid, a boy, my parents, they are arguing and also fighting. And I suffer a lot. I didn't know how to do. Sometimes that we think that, argument, fighting, this is the adult things, the children, we don't care. We don't care about that. But that is the most effective to the children's mind. So that's why we're lucky when we come here, we learn the way. Tonight we have the session of beginning anew. So we learn the way, how to practice beginning anew. And later on, we go back home, we can bring this practice home. And everyone in the family, the members of the family, sit down and make commitment. We practice together. That is the most beautiful that you can bring back home. And if you have difficulty, argument, please try to go to the corner and lock the door, and don't let the children know what you are saying or doing things. But in a way that you share with the way of openly and the spirit of reconcile the problem more than the judgment and complaint. So the children will learn the way of we are doing. The way of we teaching, do this, do that, they don't remember anything. But the way that you do it, the way that you live with them, then they will learn from that. So, thank you.
Thank you, everyone. It's almost 12:30. It's time for lunch. So we would like to stop here by listening to the three sound of the bell. And actually, the question from the children and the teen is also our question. So there's no separation at all. Thank you. Appreciate it.